Peace and welcome to POP. That's Picking All Punches. It's your boy, Sergio Chacon, and I'm with my host with the most, Mr. Derek Drescher. What's happening, Daddy?
How you doing? How you doing, Pop? Good to see you.
Yo, likewise, man.
How is it? How's everything going?
Everything is going well. I mean, I'm not sure if we discussed last time when we were on POP that we had traveled.
We traveled together.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
We didn't do the actual traveling together, but we met up in another state. And we were moving around, straight New York.
Straight New York style.
New York fitted.
Yeah, we were straight New York style in bed by 10:30.
Yes.
Asleep.
Yeah.
Asleep.
In Austin, Texas, 36.
The Dirty Six.
Yeah, it's like Louisiana, Bourbon Street meets 42nd Street. Hey, $3 shots, $3 shots. Here's a neon necklace for you.
Yo, you know what's crazy? There was strippers walking around passing out business cards.
Those are whores.
Yeah.
Those are hookers. Those are sex workers.
Yeah.
Have you ever contributed to the sexual workers community?
Yes. I have paid.
You have paid for sex?
Yes.
DBS.
Yes. Not only while I was in another country, though. When in Rome.
Okay, I went to Amsterdam, and I was not tempted at all because they look lazy. I was walking through the red light district, and these sex workers were in the behind the glass partition texting.
Ha!
Playing with their phone. I mean, you got to sell me on the product, dog.
Playing Bejeweled, right? There's some stupid game like that.
Yeah, I mean, shit. How you playing fucking Angry Bird, and I'm trying to give you 4,500 euros for your time?
4,500?
You know what I'm saying? My money low, even in other countries.
That's crazy. $5,000?
I'm kidding. I
was in Korea.
I'm playing, but I ain't joking.
I paid like 100 won for sexual activities. 100 won. It was like, I don't know, it was like $80.
I remember there was a little person behind the partition, and I was fascinated by that big old booty. Would you ever sleep with a little person?
No.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely not.
There's a funny video of a little person sitting on a man's lap, and he squeezed the butt.
Oh yeah, I've
and
seen.
Like a horn.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen the video. The guy we got. Listen, speaking about. Little people.
I want to see you segue.
Speaking about little people and big people, the gentleman we have coming on today was the first light heavyweight champion to become the heavyweight champion. Speaking of little people versus big people.
St. Louis stand-up is no other than Michael the Jinx Spinks. And his right hand was a laser beam.
His right hand was called the Spinks Jinx.
Ooh, that right hand would run through you like a Tommy Hearns right hand?
Now, a lot of boxing writers consider Michael Spinks one of the best punchers of all time, top 100. To be honest with you,
You disagree? We'll be sure to start off the show when he comes in with that. My friend Derek, my co-host, Derek, pull the mic closer to you, has something to say to you, Mr. Spinks. His only loss was to Mike Tyson.
I know.
And he looked scared to death.
Yeah.
And I'm closing with that one. Believe that.
No. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, Mike's from Brooklyn. That's what we do to people.
My style's impregnable. Yeah. I'm ferocious. I want to step on his testicles and eat his children.
That's right.
All praise to Allah.
Brooklyn, stand up.
Mike Tyson was a wild boy, bro. He's one of those dudes that if he touched my girl's ass in Sweet 16 and I was with my daughter who was turning 16, I would be like, look the other way, like, oh, thank you, Mike.
Now, I wonder this, and I don't even want to ask Mike this, and this is a thing. Michael, his career, 93-7 as amateur, middleweight gold medal champion.
Gold medalist.
Gold medalist in the Olympics, light heavyweight champion, unified light heavyweight champion.
Comes from a family of fighters.
Leon, Corey.
Yeah. The pedigree is long.
The pedigree is crazy. It's wild. And Corey, his nephew, is also a multi-weight champion. The thing is this, I feel like so many people remember him because of the loss to Tyson. And I was even reading something up on him today, just checking up, and they were like, a big part of the loss to Tyson was fear. Yeah. Which is ridiculous, man.
But you don't think fighters get scared?
Maybe
he was unprepared.
I think why would he? There's no way.
He was a true professional, man. This guy had a long career, over 12 years, I believe, professional.
Right.
And his only loss was to Tyson.
And he fought smart. You think about it. He only had 32 professional fights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But he beat one of my favorite defensive fighters, Dwight Muhammad.
Dwight Muhammad Quaid is one of my favorite fighters of all time. Also,
weed,
yeah.
boy, like, you remember? He reminds me of a jumping jack, 4th of July.
Only 2 people knocked Spinks down: Quaid and Tyson.
Ooh.
They're the only 2 people that ever put
Quaid
Spinks
had
down.
that Joe Frazier, spring action from the legs.
They call him the Camden Buzzsaw.
Oh, Camden,
Quaid.
New Jersey, scary to death.
Very scary. He.
I heard you do open mics out there. I heard you're producing a show out in Camden, New Jersey. Because you're a rough dude. Make no mistake that Derek is not too good to get into physical altercations at the age of 48.
I'm 40.
In the middle of primetime real estate, Bleecker Street.
Bleecker and Sullivan. It was funny. Here we
go. Don't drop dime on yourself.
I was over at the shop the other day, and a couple younger open micers directed some rather half-cooked juvenile jokes in my direction. And when
regarding your physical altercation.
Regarding my time incarcerated, behind the walls, I may say. To which I immediately, took the mic on stage and let them know that just only a few weeks ago, right outside these doors, I was in a physical altercation, which I won hands down quite easily after not fighting for about 5-6 years. So just keep that in mind, everybody.
Listen, whatever it is that you have going on in your life, understand, realize, analyze the fact that physical altercation is not the way to go. It is the last resort. And as a result, you could be incarcerated, and it's just not a good thing. But however, we are men who
we are
got
human
a lot
beings.
going. We're human beings, and we're primal. Look at the sports that we're into. Combat sport. You ask me anything about football, basketball, baseball, America's favorite pastime. I know nothing of the sort.
Right.
Ask me boxing. I know nothing of the sort. I act like I do, but that's why I have you.
But you just love boxing.
I love boxing, and I've been training, and I'm feeling really good.
I know. I see you on the Instagram. I see you on the gram. He's really doing it for the gram right now, y'all.
Yeah.
Then he does it for the gram, puts about 4 or 5 boxing videos up. Then he goes, okay, guys, I'm going to get off this. If you need me, text or email. Bye. You're working out with too many white girls, Pop.
Yeah, I mean, it's no mistake that my name should be Kelsey or Megan, because I surround myself around a lot of freckly chests.
Sergina.
No, Sergina is too Latina. Yeah, I'm just looking at this guy's boxing rec. He beat Jerry Cooney.
He beat Marvin
Larry
Johnson.
Holmes. He beat Larry Holmes 2 times over.
First fight was unanimous.
Second fight split.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk to him. A lot of good fighters come from the Midwest. To this present day, a lot of good fighters come out of the Midwest.
Absolutely.
You got Adrian Broner. You got Gervonta Davis. Why? Why is that? Why do you think?
They're very poor and they have nothing.
Yeah, there's not much going on.
Right.
The closest strip club to them is 400 miles away.
Yeah, this is the thing, man. Poor people make the best fighters. That's just what it is. There are a few that had, came up decently that made it through, but poor people are the best fighters. They've already been fighting.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's why I was never.
And I'm not talking about fighting in the street. I'm talking about up here.
Yeah, you gotta have the heart and the tenacity.
You can't teach heart. You either got it or you don't.
Right.
And once it's distinguished, it's gone.
Yeah, you got a yellow strip on your back. What an appropriate sweater you chose to wear today. Yo.
I just remember when Eric Morales I think his last fight.
Eric Morales, his nose, it was annoying. It was kind of like yours. He had like a parrot nose, like a macaw. It was like Eric Morales. He had a fucking nose on him that was disturbing to me. I hate his nose like I hate ears that connect to the neck.
Ooh.
Earlobes that connect to the neck.
People should get those taken care of.
Clip them.
Plastic surgery. But what I was going to say about Eric Morales is Eric Morales, warrior, right? Also great boxer, but some big wars. I just remember that fight with Pacquiao, and Pacquiao knocked him down, and Morales just looked up at the ref and he went,
"Yeah, he had enough."
He said, "I'm done.
Yeah,
I had enough."
Yeah,
you can't be upset with a guy like that because look at everything he already gave.
He's been doing it a long time. It's the way I am on stage every other show. I've had enough.
Yeah,
I've said that before. 29 minutes in, I had 1 minute to go. Good paying gig in front of the fine police officers of New York State. There was 1 minute left, and the lady was like, "Oh, you're doing great," and I was like, "I'm getting money for this show. I'm eating filet mignon. I'm done. I don't need that pity."
Now, the fact that you didn't do your time, did you get your proper pay?
Absolutely.
I don't believe
But
it.
I'll tell you this, something about giving up doesn't sit well with me. That's why I'm still talking about it on the podcast 12 years later.
That's right. Well, you like to act as if you don't care, but you do.
I do care.
Yeah, you care very much.
I do. And we sure care for anything that we are involved in that we at least act as if we're passionate about, or if there's a pay exchange, you should do your fucking work.
Yes. Like I was told last Monday, do your fucking spot.
Although the setup for your workplace may not be appropriate. So when it comes to comedy, a lot of times you'll find it's not appropriate. Same thing with boxers. A lot of times boxers, there's a thing called swing fight. I have a friend who's an active fighter. Shout out Peter Pistol Pete Dobson. And we're going to get to Michael Spinks in one moment. But a swing fight is when you fight after the main event. Can you imagine being wrapped up, gloved up, and then having to fight at the end of
the amateurs gets you prepared for that, because you might fight, you might not.
Yeah, so big up to all the fighters out there who do the damn thing, because it's the hardest sport in the world. And without further ado, we're going to bring on our guest. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what we do on the show, Mr. Spinks. And the camera looks good. You look good. I like the gold chains against the black shirt. How you feeling?
I feel pretty good.
All right. I'm Sergio Chicone. This is my co-host, Derek Drescher.
How you doing, Mr. Spinks?
And here on POP, what we like to do, we like to highlight some of our favorite fighters of all time. And you, Mr. Spinks, happen to be one of them. You had a right hand that will punch through a Volkswagen Beetle.
All right.
You know, I mean,
the Spinks Jinx.
The Spinks Jinx. Missouri, stand up. New York loves you, baby. New York loves you. What got you into fighting? You come from a long family, a long history of family members who fought. Was that it? Were you kind of forced into it, or did you want to do it from the get?
No, Leon, it was this Westbrook. They were Westbrook brothers. They took Leon to the gym. Leon came back home. He said, "Mike, guess what I've been? I've been to a boxing gym." So I said, "All right, that's cool." So I was kind of like a bully in the family, and I think the very next day I started some stuff with Leon, and Leon put some of those boxing punches on me, and so the very next day I went down and learned some of that stuff myself.
Nice. How old were you?
I was 11.
Nice.
Wow, 11 years old when you started fighting.
Yeah. My daughter's 11. Well, she's going to be 11. And you know what she does?
What?
She sits with her feet crossed.
Playing video games.
And I've been trying to teach her how to box, and she's just like this. The only thing she gives me is a little bit of a shoulder roll, because she's trying to listen to her friends on the video game on the other side of her.
Now, you and Leon must have had natural ability, like soon as they must have saw that in the gym, right? As soon as you guys stepped in there?
I'm not sure. I think, we had a good coach. Our coach was a school teacher. And he, after teaching school, he came to the gym to teach us how to box.
So you were there you were in the gym every day, 5, 6, 7 days a week.
Well, pretty much. The gym wasn't in our neighborhood. We had to go like a little ways. I won't say about a half a mile.
Okay. How'd you
go?
How'd you get over there? Would you like jog to the gym? Would you walk to the gym? Bicycle, bus?
We would walk. We would walk. Yeah.
So you ended up winning the gold medal in 1976 as a middleweight.
Yes, sir. So
how quick did you know after you started fighting that you were like, yeah, I'm good at this. I want to do it. Like, how was that from starting to winning the gold medal? Explain how that was a little bit.
Well, the thing was, starting to win the gold medal, I found out that I did have a little talent, and I found out what I had to do. And the thing was, I was training. I lost a couple of times, and it was like, I said, I gotta train a little harder, to beat these guys, So I found out that training harder got me somewhere. It got me somewhere, so I trained harder, and I would win. every time I trained hard, I would win. And so that's what happened to me. The thing was, I would win Golden Glove tournaments. I would win the Golden Gloves, and that made me very, very happy that I wasn't getting beat up. So that was great. And the thing was, once I found out what I had to do, in terms of training harder, that's what I did. I trained harder, and I would win, and I would win. So I found out the key to me. I found out that was the key to my success in the ring was what I train hard, I get what I want.
Nice. We just had Mickey Ward on last week. He said the same exact thing. Let me ask you two questions in regards to training. What was your favorite part of training? Like, given an exercise, what was your least favorite part of training?
Well, I liked it all. I liked it all. I liked it all.
So you didn't mind the road work? You didn't mind, the calisthenics?
I found out that I found out when I worked hard, or I made sure I did my running, and then I would come to the gym and I would train. And the thing was, you work hard, you get what you want. That's what I found out about myself. When I worked hard, I got exactly what I wanted. I wouldn't lose. The thing was, the guys I got in there with, I had some tough guys, but for some reason, when I worked hard, I got what I wanted.
So there was no part of training that didn't sit well with you. There was no part of training that would make you feel like, God, I don't want to do this.
No.
This got built differently.
I liked it. I like training. I like training. I like to going to the gym. I like to running, and I like all the things that we did because we had a good boxing coach. He taught us how to jab and how to put your hands up and block punches, and he was a good teacher. He was a good teacher, and the thing was what he taught us. We had let me see how Murray would do this. We had the guys that would come at about 4 o'clock in the evening. We had, we would train, and then he said y'all can't come back when the drummers. He called the big older guys drummers. Because when you hit somebody with those gloves, it sounds like you playing drums. So the thing was, we go in about 4 o'clock, and then at 7, I think the drummers came in. So I would go back down there for when the drummers showed up, and I wouldn't train, but I would watch everything that they did. I would, I just would watch it. I would watch them, and next thing you know, I was one of those drummers.
Nice. What would you say is your most satisfying accomplishment with boxing?
My most
satisfying, like the one that still fills your belly to this day. You're a gold medalist. You're Golden Gloves champ. Your amateur record is extensive. You beat some of the best heavyweights during your time.
93-7 as an amateur, gold medal champion, light heavyweight champion, first light heavyweight to ever win the heavyweight championship. That's a lot.
If I was you, Mr. Spinks, I'll be wearing my gold medal right now and Golden Gloves. And I would just sit back and be like, who are you youngins? Can you give me your resume, please? That's the way I personally be moving around. You're obviously a lot more humble than me.
I know what you mean. What got me was when I found out how to win. When I found out how to win, I started winning. I started winning bouts. Winning my fights, and so once I did that, I mean, it's just, I started winning.
Yeah. So you don't have a one central time in your career, whether it's amateur or pro, that just is a highlight. It's like, yeah, that's the most satisfying one. There's not one.
But when I won the Olympics, that was a great thing. That was great, and because I made the team. I mean, it was amazing to make the team. So and once I did that, and the thing was, Leon and myself, I think I motivated Leon because when I started winning, Leon, he had lost a few fights, and then I told Leon, I think I talked to him. I said, Leon, you got to train hard if you want to get what you want, man. And Leon, he just started. Leon would watch me, and if I trained hard, Leon would train hard, and that's what happened. I mean, it's strange how it happened because it's strange how it happened when I would win, Leon would win, And the thing was, it was almost like we were competing with one another.
Did you guys spar a lot? Did you guys move around a lot?
No, we didn't spar because Leon, I was fighting at by 95 pounds. I was fighting at 95 pounds, and Leon was fighting at 126. So we didn't fight, but one day the coach, he put me in the ring with Leon, and Leon, he beat me. He was beating me like I had stole something from him.
he got you with that speed, right?
Yes, he did, because Leon had very, very fast hands.
Talking about the drums. Pop, 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 pop. You're like, time out.
I wish I could have. But but the thing was, Leon was beating on me in the ring, and I started crying. I started crying. I was like, he acted as if I'm not his brother. He's like, I'm not his brother. I was crying. I mean, it was horrible how I cried in the ring. My brother beating the hell out of me in the ring, and I just never forgot that. But he was beating the hell out of me, and just so happened that I took it to heart. I took it to heart, and I just was. I couldn't believe he was beating me the way he was beating me in the ring, and I just held it inside, and I didn't talk to him about it. I don't think I said nothing to Leon for about a couple of days. I ain't say nothing. I was really upset with him for the way he was beating on me in the ring. But Leon had fast hands, and he was hitting pretty hard at the time.
Leon won. He was heavyweight champion, and he also won a gold medal too, I believe.
Yeah, he wanted to go medal. We wanted to go medal same time. I was a middleweight, and Leon was a light heavyweight. Yeah. So after I would get in the ring and fight, Leon would come in right after me.
That must be such an experience. You and your brother both, going to the gym together, and then are in the Olympics at the same time. That must have been something, right? You get to travel with you.
That was really something big, because me and Leon and we hung together. We hung together in the Olympic Village. Mm-hmm. In the Olympic Village, we walked around together. We hung together in the Olympics.
Yeah, that must.
We hung with one another, and went to different sports. We went to different sports that we could attend, and it was unreal. It was unreal. But Leon and myself, we were best. We were good friends. We were best of friends, and we just hung together.
So you guys were tight. Is that something that you guys learned from the relationship between your mom and pop? So it seems like you guys are very family oriented. What was the relationship between you and your mom and you and your pops?
Well, my mom, she was tough. She was tough. But Leon and myself, for some reason, we just hung together. Especially after Leon went to the gym, and these Westbrook brothers, they took Leon to the gym. Leon came home. He said, Mike, I went to the gym to learn how to box. And so after I started some stuff with Leon. Leon whooped some of the boxing punches on me. And so like I said, I went the very next day to learn some of that stuff myself. But after that, Leon hung with people he hung with, and I hung with people that I hung with. But we always was at the gym, in the gym together. Leon, he hung with guys he hung with, but I hung with guys I hung with. But but Leon, we always went to the gym to the boxing gym together. Not really together. We would show up, and Leon would be there doing his thing, and I'd be there doing my thing. My coach, he was a good coach. He taught us good. He taught us well. He taught us real well. And Leon, he did his thing, and I did my thing. But we were just hanging together. I don't know if we was crazy about one another, but the thing was I think we just loved boxing once we got started.
Do you still love boxing? Are you following it right now? And if so, who's your favorite heavyweight?
No, I'm not following boxing.
Yeah.
I'm not following. If I see some fights on television, I'll try to watch it.
What was the last fight you watched? Do you remember the last fight that you watched that you were like, oh, this is an interesting matchup?
No, I can't see that. I can't tell you the last fight I watched.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one I did watch.
When you were in a light pretty early into your professional career, you fought Yaki Lopez, Marvin Johnson, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, and you also beat Dwight Muhammad Kwai. All those guys are very tough fighters. Who do you think was the toughest at all those guys?
I think Eddie. Well, I took Eddie Mustafa's title.
Yeah,
and he was pretty tough. Eddie Mustafa was pretty tough. And Braxton got out of the prison, he came to Joe Frazier's gym, and I used to box him darn near every day.
Oh, really?
I used to box him down there every day, and the thing was, I made sure that I got my run in, because I ran on a golf course that was right next to the building that I lived in. I would run, and then I would go to the gym, and I just made sure that I was had got my run in, and that I was ready for whatever the coach would put me through. The Joe Frazier's gym. I was ready for whatever I would. Val would. I think Val was the coach. He was the coach on the floor at Joe Frazier's gym, and the thing was, they just would match us up, and the thing was, I was boxing a lot of heavyweights. No, not right away, but when Braxton came to the gym, the coach, they would put me and Braxton in there to box each other. And the thing was, I used to bust Braxton up every day to some degree, But Braxton used to hit real hard. He hit real hard, but the thing was, I just had my little skills that and I would use them. And plus I was Olympian.
You come from a different pedigree. You had a different skill set. You had a different skill set, if I may.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just would use my skills. Like I said, I made sure I got my running in, and I made sure I did my exercise, and so I was ready. I was ready for whatever would come my way when I got in the gym.
Nice.
And the thing was, a lot of Val would tell me, because when at Joe Frazier's gym, I couldn't get no boxing at one time. And he said, well, start coming at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. He said, you can box these heavyweights and help them with their speed. So that's what I started doing. I was boxing heavyweights when I was just a light heavy at the time. And the thing was, I boxed a lot of heavyweights. Tex Cobb I used to box Tex Cobb damn near every day.
What a name, right?
Yeah, Tex Cobb. Yeah,
He was like a Tex Cobb.
Tex Cobb ended up being he was in movies for a little bit. He had a couple parts in movies.
Yeah. I used to box, and that was my main man. Me and Tex used to box every day. And hold on. And one day, I'm boxing Tex. And Tex, all of a sudden, I mean, after I finished tagging him a few times, he turned around and threw a roundhouse kick at me. So
sounds like some Tex Cobb behavior.
I hopped out of the middle rope. I hopped to that middle rope and hopped on the floor. I said, "Man, what's wrong with you? What you kicking at me for?" He said, "You hit me too hard." Oh, have mercy. I mean, it would be, but one thing about Tex, 12 o'clock, Tex was in the gym every day at 12 o'clock, and I had to start coming at 12 o'clock every day. So me and Tex were we were boxing every day in that gym, and whoever else, whoever else as a heavyweight that showed up, I would box them too.
So by the time
I would give Tex maybe about 3 rounds. I give the other guy about 2 or 3 rounds. Oh man, it was terrible.
So by the time you fought Holmes, you were already used to you've been fighting heavyweights for years.
That's what I thought of that right before I got in the ring with Holmes, because I was like, now what am I gonna do in this ring with this guy? And I said, hold on. Remember, I used to box all those heavyweights in Joe Frazier's gym. Remember that? So I said, yeah, I sure did. I used to box them guys all the time. And so that's why I used as my motivation. I said, you should box them guys every day. So you just boxing another heavyweight. Larry Holmes, he's just another heavyweight. So I thought of that. I thought of that. And that gave me some courage for when I got in the ring with Larry, because I was boxing heavyweights every day, and they couldn't hit me. They weren't supposed to hit me that hard, but I got hit pretty hard. I got hit pretty hard by them guys, man. I'm telling you, them heavyweights were something else.
What do you think is the most important quality in a champion?
Well, his training ethics. So, how he trained and prepare himself for his bouts. That's very important. How you prepare yourself for any fight. That's very important. And the thing was, I prepared myself very well. Because I mean. The thing is, I mean, you train yourself. You train yourself to get this for whatever match that you're going to face, whatever guy you're going to face. You prepare yourself for that guy, and the best you can. The best you can. Yeah. But I learned how to fight. I mean, I boxed my brother, and once I boxed Leon was pretty good, but the thing was, once I was able to hang in there with him, I found myself being pretty good, not too bad of a boxer. So that's how I prepared myself, and like I said, when I prepared myself, I normally got what I wanted.
Right, you kept it. You kept the solution very easy for yourself. Work hard, do what you got to do.
You work
use your
hard,
skills, go out there, win.
You work hard. You get what you want. That's what I found out. I found out when you work hard, it's like you're gonna make yourself very hard to beat.
Yeah,
and that's what it was. I made myself very hard to beat because, and that's what helped me out, where I made myself hard to beat with the guys I got in the ring with. Plus, I kept on going. I kept going to the gym every day, especially in Philadelphia. Once I got to Philadelphia, I did my running on the golf course, and I would go to the gym a lot. I would go to the gym every day.
So after an amazing amateur career, an amazing, pro career. I mean, you beat Larry Holmes twice. You beat Jerry Cooney. Now you're facing a young Mike Tyson, which is your last fight, your only loss. What was the sentiment to the build-up for that fight? Do you remember your preparation, how you felt like mentally and physically going into it? I mean, we're talking about you fought a lot of good guys. Now you got this young, fast heavyweight who's a little different. Well, a lot more different than probably than anyone you ever faced before. What was your feelings going to that fight? And if anything could be different, like training-wise or mentally, what would you like to share in regards to that?
Well, it was tough. I knew it would be a tough fight. I thought that because he was hitting pretty hard. He was hitting hard. He was knocking heavyweights out. And he was short, the short guy. So I just prepared myself the best I could. And when I got in the ring with him, I did the best I could. I did the best I could. But I thought for sure that it would be a tough fight.
Yeah.
I thought for sure it would be tough. I said that this guy, he kicking like a mule.
Well, it's unassuming too, right? Because how many guys how do you prep for someone like that? Because a lot of heavyweights are much taller. So in the gym, the work you're getting is probably guys your height,
maybe taller.
Yeah, taller. So now this guy's shorter. He's coming in at a different style, like side-to-side movement. Do you think that played a part in it too, like, leading up to it?
I was boxing nothing but heavyweights then, because I getting in the ring with Mike Tyson, I fought some smaller guys, that could hit hard, but I knew that I had my hands full. I knew I had my hands full because he was fast. That was Mike's one of his biggest assets, where he had fast hands.
Yeah. How are you spending your days presently? I mean, you seem like you have such a good energy about you, such a good spirit, You're admired by many fans like us. How are you spending these days during retirement? And, how's it going?
It's going all right. I'm doing pretty good.
Good, man. You sound good. You look good.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you for being better than good, being great.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Anything
thank
else
you so much.
for the man?
I mean, I'm honored to have spoken with you, to speak to you. You're my father's favorite fighter, so he's gonna flip out when I tell him that I just spoke to you.
Derek didn't know any better. He was watching Batman. He thought Batman was real as a kid.
Oh my God.
You were his father's Batman.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But no, I also have gold medal champion, light heavyweight champion, first light heavyweight to ever win the heavyweight championship. I mean, you paved the way for a lot of guys that were going up from light heavyweight to heavyweight now. You made it something that they could say, oh, this can happen. Because the only time it happened before that, I believe, is when Billy Conn fought Joe Louis, and then Joe Louis ended up knocking him out in that fight, and then he knocked him out in the rematch. So, yeah. There's been quite a few guys that have taken that challenge on since you have completed it.
It amazes me that you're like a boxing encyclopedia, but yet you can't remember where you put your glasses 2 minutes ago. It's an interesting thing. This guy loves. This guy's the man, but he's gonna forget what my name was 2 minutes from now.
No,
Mr. Spinks, you're the man. Thank you for your time. I hope to meet you in person one day.
Yeah.
Once again, I really appreciate your time, and we really appreciated you, man. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you guys, man.
Take care, Mike.
Have a fantastic day.
All right, good enough. Do the same, guys.
Was I not supposed to tell him that he was my father?
No, I'm ripping you. That was awesome, bro. That was one of my favorites. Yeah. That was one of my favorite interviews with the man, Michael the Jinx Spinks.
I mean, bro, look at it. We said it already 3 times today. I mean, the guy starts fighting at 11. He has 100 amateur fights. He goes 93-7. That means he won 93% of the time. All right. Wins a gold medal with his brother. I mean, could you imagine? I know you don't have a brother. You have sisters. But, could you imagine traveling with
I do actually have half brothers because my father stepped out of my mom
All right.
while he was pregnant. While she was pregnant for me.
I mean,
that's
really want to
get to
he's also half Dominican too, right?
Yes.
This is what these people do.
Hey yo, DBS meets POP.
I mean, but you look at this, right? Like he goes into his brother goes into the gym. His brother brings him. They get so good. These brothers get so good at boxing that they get to travel to the Olympics and both win gold medals for their country.
Yeah.
You know, Michael didn't have many pro fights, considering, only 32 pro fights is not that much.
Which begs the question, what did you bring home to your family besides heroin? And what
Right.
did I bring to my family besides cocaine? I'm kidding. We joke here at POP.
But this guy...
He didn't like that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk boxing. I'm trying to be a professional here.
I'm sorry.
Our producer Marshall is finally wants an agreement with me. He's acting as if he's a child. No,
I'm sorry. No, it's fun. It's
but
fun.
You look
it's
at the
fun,
record.
It's fun.
You look at the record. Yaki Lopez, Marvin Johnson. The only guy I see missing there is Matthew Saad Muhammad. I don't know what happened there, but I'm sure that Spinks would have fought. Beat him also. Dwight Muhammad Quai beat Matthew Saad Muhammad. He beats all these guys handily, and then goes and fights Larry Holmes and beats him 2 times in a row. And Larry Holmes at that time was
the
a force
Eastern assassin.
Was a force to be reckoned with.
I mean, he had the meanest jab.
The fact that it was always said that a good big guy beats a great small guy, and Spinks was able to work around that and beat Holmes twice. The fact that he went the distance with Holmes twice is big. And I know a lot of people are going to remember him for the loss to Tyson, but all I'm going to say is this: you go fucking fight Mike Tyson.
Yeah, and you go fuck yourself, because this guy's a warrior.
Yep.
We play around joking and whatever, but the utmost respect to a real warrior, one of the most fantastic
people say,
boxers out
fear
there.
was involved. Yeah, I'm scared of Mike Tyson too.
Yeah. You heard what I said. If Mike Tyson, at the age of 59, however old he is, if he came to my daughter's birthday party and ate her cake before we lit up the candles, I'd be like, thank you, Mike. Yeah.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it, Mike.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Cake. And he would be like, yeah, thank you, Serge.
Yeah. He's, I'll bake your fucking face.
But my father's going to freak. I can't wait to talk to my father.
Does your father still talk to you?
Yeah, my father speaks to me regularly.
Ooh. Okay. Listen, my man Derek and I want to thank you for tuning into POP. That's another one of the books. It's actually a real, it feels good. You know when you just feel it, Derek?
Yeah.
Yeah, just feel it.
Bro, I love to hear fighters. He goes, I just worked real hard. I trained, I ran by a golf course next to the gym. Like, these are the things I love to hear.
Yeah, and I like the fact that he has his faculties. He sounds like an order. He was he had a good sense of humor.
Oh, he was happy off the jump.
Dogs.
Off the jump. And think about it, an older fighter like that, how many, I don't know how often he gets reached out to, but we're like calling him to talk to him about how much we respect his work, what he's done.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's good to see an older fighter smile like that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You know what I mean?
Once again, we appreciate you guys. Derek, I appreciate you. You
Always,
are the
Pop.
freaking man. Sound Lounge presents POP. We out here doing it big and lovely with the passion for boxing. And we got another episode coming out next week. Tune in. We out of here. Bye.